Hi everyone, my name's Sherry and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on wire wrapping jewelry. This is for people who have never tried to wire wrap jewelry, but you want to get started and don't know exactly where to begin. 3 years ago when I first started, I really had no idea what to do. I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know which projects to start with. I wanted to do projects that were easy and that I could do right away. So I sort of had to feel my way around the internet and books and figure it out. So I wanted to do a video on just the very basics, how to get started. So the first thing, the most important thing is you have to have 4 basic tools. It's really hard to get around this. I really wouldn't recommend starting without these tools. So the first one I want to show you is these are the chain nose pliers, they're called, and they sort of taper at the end. They're for pinching wire. These are similar, but they have a flat edge. These are called flat nose pliers. These are round nose pliers, and these are for making curvatures in the wire as well as spirals. This piece here uses spirals sort of as a flourish. They're really pretty, so it's kind of good to know how to do that. And also, of course, flush cutters to cut the wire. So really, you can get started with these 4 basic tools. A lot of people are afraid to get started because they think that they have to spend a lot of money. They think they have to go out and buy like tons of tools and have like a whole toolbox full of materials to get started, and that's really not the case. I found with just these 4 tools, I could do so many projects. Even advanced projects really don't require much more than this. Besides the tools, you also, of course, need wire. When I first started, I just went out and bought the cheapest wire I could find because I wasted so much wire. I shouldn't say wasted, but a lot of my projects didn't work out, so I ended up scrapping it. And it was really just nice to know that I wasn't wasting really nice metal like sterling silver, gold, even brass. So when you first get started, I would really recommend just like finding the cheapest wire. And then when you get more confident, move on to like the higher grade metals like silver, etc. Now, in my next video, I'm going to demonstrate what I consider to be one of the most basic wire wrapping projects that anyone can do right from scratch using these tools and some wire. And of course, a stone to wrap. This is a Tibetan crystal that I wrapped using sterling. And this looks complicated, but it's actually a very easy project. So in my next video, I'm going to show how to do this. It really just involves 2 pieces of wire and these tools. And really within minutes, you can do it. Also, a side note, this is really important to have some kind of a receptacle to put your scrap wires in so it doesn't just get all over the place. And also, I want to mention glasses. Goggles are ideal, but also sunglasses work. It is very important to have something to protect your eyes when working with wire, because when you snip wire, like pieces of it just can fly everywhere. You never know where it's going to go. So it's really important to protect your eyes. Some people don't. They just feel comfortable. They're not worried about it. But me personally, I always like to protect my eyes. I just don't like taking the risk. So I definitely want to mention that. Also, in my next videos, I'm going to demonstrate how to do a Celtic braid with wires. And with this basic sort of braid, if you can see it, you can create so many pieces. This I turned into an armband, which is a lot of fun, especially in the summer. And also I made this bracelet, which is really pretty. I just sort of tied some little beads on there to give it a little flair. And then also these earrings, which are fun to make. You just need to get some brass wire to sort of dangle on the end, and then a little stone bead to make some really pretty wires or pretty earrings. Another thing I want to mention is picking out stones. I know for me, a big part of jewelry making was finding a store that sold stones, natural stones, I prefer, because a big part of the process for me was going to the store and sort of feeling the vibration of the stones and crystals. You can make jewelry for pretty much everything under the sun. Some people might want jewelry to help with anxiety or creativity blockages, pretty much anything. You can find a crystal that is for that specific purpose. You definitely don't have to make it. You don't have to feel the energy of the stones. You don't have to do it on that level. But for me, that was a big part of it that I really enjoyed. You can also just pick out stones based on what you think is pretty, what you are just attracted to, because that in itself is meaningful. So I just wanted to throw that out there. For me, that's a big part of it for me. It's a lot of fun just feeling the energy of the crystals and sort of catering it to, a specific purpose. For instance, this rose quartz I always wear is it's sort of vibrates at the frequency of love. So it's like sort of keeps the lower energies away and sort of keeps you on a higher vibrational level. But again, it's not important to work on that level, but that is, for me, something I really enjoy. So besides that, that's really all you need to know to get started. Of course, the more you do it, the more advanced projects you're probably going to want to explore. But I would really recommend just getting the basic tools. And I'm just going to recap that really quickly because it's so important. Chain nose, flat nose, round nose, and flush cutters, wire, and stones, crystals. I have some carnelian here. This is one of my favorite stones. I love to make pendants out of this. And also I have some orange calcite here. Really anything you want to wrap, especially when you just get started. You can just find a rock outside and wrap it. You don't have to spend a lot of money on the stones or the tools, really. So that's all I have for today. Feel free if you have any questions, and I will do my best to reply. All right, thanks so much.